state ought to be breaking its back, reinvesting what it has essentially usurped from its community. And so there needs to be the releasing. In fact, I would suggest for those who think that it's over to come come back and visit Ground Zero and see that we're still distributing water out of bottles, right, at water sites. We, when at our daycare center, we operate a daycare facility. I still have to deliver bottled water through the daycare and our early learning center. And so folks across the country need to know that we're still experiencing trauma. We still are experiencing the fact that there is not access to clean water in our city. And the politicians are in the way. And so I'm hoping that there be that there will be a revival of interest in seeing that there is gross injustice and that we will mobilize. And I know that this language frightens people to some degree, but I'm hoping for there to be a revival of folks across religious denominations, across age ranges, across ethnicity, who will see this gross injustice and mobilize and bring attention. It's just got to start with us. We're too silent.
Even when Obama came here and he asked for a glass of water, and it took him a...
Oh yeah, I saw that. He said, like, took a look, the smallest sip, like, y'all ain't about to... I'm not even sure he actually drank that.
Yeah, and that way it took him a long time to go get some water too. See, they switched. They took a switch and hit the switch, and discontinued the water coming from Detroit, and then they're gonna make the water come from the Flint River, and dead bodies and everything going up in there. And oil, and GM, and even when we was working in GM, it was rust in the parks, and they told us don't put the parks in the water no more. So if it was rust in the parks, what it was doing to our bodies? It was rust in the parks. Then they would get returned back to us saying unsatisfactory.
Yeah, quality checks.
Yeah. So they put a stigma, and they put a stigma on Flint.
My thing has been for a long time. My wife she didn't, before the water crisis or whatever, she didn't like to drink tap. For some reason, she was like, so we stopped drinking tap water a long time ago. Yeah. And so we never did really drink it, And so, people still, like you said, you talk to people outside of Flint and be like, how's that water thing going? It still is. It's life now. It still is. That'd be the reality, because when it first happened, somebody, they said to redo the infrastructure. You're talking about 20, 25 years or something, or 15, 20. Then they, I think tried to make it seem like a short term deal, and then now it really do look like a long term process in which, come on, replace infrastructure. That's major.
As a pastor in the police force, what have you seen from like day one, year one crisis, and going up to now, as far as the congregation?
I mean, on the street, I'll say on the street level, as a police officer, I've gone into homes where, you got young families and particularly young mothers, that, single moms, and they have small children, and, You know, some of them are bathing their kids at the stove. You know what I mean? With water on the stove, and some of them know, you know, they need to get the kids tested for lead poisoning, and they scared to do it. Yeah, right, because they're afraid of the reality that they might be, but then afraid to really learn to maybe what extent. Some of them are thinking about moving out, you know, Flint, and all of that. So, you know, and when you actually, you know, go into the homes and see that, it's crazy. Yeah. You know, it's just, again, to see a young mother saying, you know, every day, you know, every morning before my kids go to school or before they go to bed, you got to bring the kids in the kitchen and boil the water and give them a bath or whatever from the stove, man.
You bet. Ken Surratt, founder of Water's Life. Oh, yeah. We're in over 40 countries around the world with water, sanitation, and hygiene. Glad to be here in Flint with you guys, man. This is awesome.
I'm glad we could be here together on this lovely day.
Oh my gosh, beautiful day here in Flint, Michigan, man.
So I know you're going to be passing them out here at Boys and Girls Club, the staff and kids, they're going to be doing water as well.
Yep.
So what made you come up with
Well, interesting story. I was standing naked in a shower in Nairobi. So I know that's an ugly middle picture.
It's fine.
Bad. But I had been up working with the Turkana people group up in the northern Kenya, South Sudan region, and it just got overwhelmed with what all was going on with water. Got back to the hotel to leave out the next day. I'm warming up a shower because I hadn't seen a shower in a couple weeks. So man, I was pretty fired up about getting cleaned up. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching the water go down the drain, and I mean, it hits me like a ton of bricks. And water is life here. The people you just left, they give anything to have the water you just let go down the drain. And so at that point, it was a real turning point for my life. I said, you know what, I got to do something. Came back to Africa a few months later, drove my first well. We're in over 40 countries now with wells. We do water treatment plants. We got home systems. We've even got a little teeny filter that'll provide, take the place of 1,500 bottles of water.
That's the thing that we've been seeing driving around is that there's bottles
everywhere. Yeah. And so you can, save money for sure because you're not having to buy water, but also save the environment by not having to throw away 1,500 water bottles and saves lives. So we use these, for us, it's like a Band-Aid to provide immediate relief in an area where there's a crisis. That's a great example. Kids are here, they're drinking bad water. A lot of issues that are popping up with that. Physical, but also inside, mental. I mean, a lot of things. And this little filter, as small as it is, new technology, but it'll eliminate the lead, arsenic, other heavy metals, of course, E. coli, Giardia, and those kind of things. But also, pesticides in the water and stuff like that. So it'll get rid of it. So we recommend it for anybody that's traveling around, but we use this in case with kids to give them clean water. Because today there'll be 6,000 people die because they don't have clean water. 5,000 of them are kids. And so our goal is to get these in the hands of any kids so we can save the next generation from the tragedy that's happening around the world. Hey, thank you guys, man. Thanks for what you're doing.